Good afternoon, West Elementary teachers. I just wanted to tell you congratulations on how hard you've been working. I've been reading about your success with the FAST screener, and that's awesome. That's wonderful. It's what I expected because you're amazing teachers. But beyond that assessment score, I know that you're making a difference every day in your classroom. It's so evident when I walk in there and I see the smiles on your students' faces, the engagement of learning in your classroom, and the joy on your own face as you come in there and you know that you're a role model for those kids, even on your hardest day. That speaks volumes of your character and your passion for teaching, and that should be celebrated along with the success that you're having on FAST. And thinking about that made me remember a picture book that I dearly love, and I haven't read in a while. And I pulled it off my shelf, and I wanted to read it to you so badly after reading that email today and thinking about you. And I thought, well, this is maybe the next best thing. So I'm going to try to read The Bracelet to you on my webcam, and hopefully this works. The Bracelet. It's about a teacher and a student and the impact, the lasting impact that she has had. On the first day of school, Jean Thompson told her class, "Boys and girls, I love you all the same, and I have no favorites." Of course, she wasn't being completely truthful. Teachers do have favorites. And what is worse, most teachers have students that they don't even like. Teddy Stellard was a boy that Miss Thompson just didn't like. He didn't seem interested in school. There was a deadpan, uninterested expression on his face, and his eyes had this glassy, unfocused appearance. When she spoke to Teddy, he always answered in monosyllables. His clothes were musty and his hair was unkempt. He wasn't an attractive boy, and he certainly wasn't likable. Teachers have records of students, and Jean Thompson had Teddy's. First grade. Teddy shows promise with his work and attitude, but poor home situation. Second grade. Teddy could do better. Mother is seriously ill. He receives little help at home. Third grade. Teddy is a good boy, but too serious. He's a very slow learner. His mother died this year. Fourth grade. Teddy is very slow, but well behaved. His father shows no interest. Christmas came and the boys and girls brought their presents and piled them on Miss Thompson's desk. They were all in brightly colored paper, except for Teddy's. His was wrapped in brown paper, held together with Scotch tape. And on the paper, he had written these words, "For Miss Thompson, from Teddy." When she opened Teddy's present, out fell a gaudy rhinestone bracelet with half the stones missing and a bottle of cheap perfume. When the other boys and girls began to giggle, Miss Thompson had enough sense to silence them. And immediately she put on the bracelet and she put on some perfume on her wrist. Holding her wrist up for all the other children to smell, she said, "Doesn't it smell amazing? Isn't the pretty bracelet nice?" And the children, taking their cue from the teacher, readily agreed. At the end of the day, when all the children had left, Teddy lingered around. He came over to the desk and he said, "Miss Thompson, you smell just like my mother, and her bracelet looks so nice on you. I'm glad you liked my present." When Teddy left, Miss Thompson, she fell down on her knees and she asked God to forgive her. The next day, when the children came, Jean Thompson was a different teacher. She helped all the children, but especially the slow ones, especially Teddy Stallard. By the end of that school year, Teddy showed dramatic improvement. He had caught up with most of his peers, and he was even ahead of some. She didn't hear from Teddy for a very long time, and then one day she received a note that read, "Dear Miss Thompson, I wanted you to be the first to know I will be graduating second in my high school class. Love, Teddy Stallard." 4 years later, another letter came. It said, "Dear Miss Thompson, they just told me I will be graduating first in my class. I wanted you to be the first to know. The university has not been easy, but I've liked it. Love, Teddy Stallard." And 4 years later, this letter arrived. "Miss Thompson, as of today, I am Theodore J. Stallard, M.D. How about that? I wanted you to be the first to know. I'm getting married next month, the 27th to be exact, and I want you to come and sit where my mother would have sat if she were alive. You are the only family I have now. My dad died last year. Love, Teddy Stallard." Miss Thompson went to that wedding, and she sat where Teddy's mother would have sat. She deserved to sit there. She had done something for Teddy that he could never forget. I want you to know the impact that you have on your students. I hope you know that. Any student in your class is extremely lucky to have you, and I feel extremely lucky to be able to be part of your lives as well. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Monday. Goodbye.